So while our first print is fixing, we're going to go ahead and remove our second print. And again, just unlatch. So we'll just remove that. Kind of press down so that you can get the latch all the way off. And then we're going to lift up the glass. Since this is the last exposure we're going to be doing, we'll go ahead and close it back up and put it away. And again, here is our picture. Once we remove the negative, there's our image, and then we're going to go ahead and wash that. We've got about 2 minutes until the first fix is done, so we'll go ahead and move that over there and get ready to put this in the wash so that it'll kind of match up with the other print. So I've got about 1 minute left in the first fix. I'm going to go ahead and put my other print in the wash and reset my timer to 5 minutes. Actually, I'll go ahead and set it to 6. Because a little bit of extra washing time won't hurt. There we go. So we've got the second one going. And I'll keep an eye on the timer so when I get to 5 minutes, I can move the other print into the second fix. Go ahead and move that into the next wash. Okay, my first 5 minutes is up for the fix. So we'll go ahead and drain that and move it into the second fix. So I'm coming up to the last few minutes of my second fix, and so I'm going to go ahead and drain this and move it into my fix remover. And my other print is done washing, so I'm going to at that same time move that from the last part of the first wash. So I've now taken our final print through the last steps of the fix and it's just finishing up its last few seconds in the fix remover. And so we're just going to go ahead and remove that, allow it to drain out so we can save as much of it as possible. And then we'll go ahead and move that into the final wash. And so there's our two prints. They're in the final wash. They'll stay in there for between 15 and 30 minutes. And we're just going to allow the water to run over them to wash out any of the remaining fix and fix remover. And then we'll hang them up to dry. So since we're done with that, while we're waiting for those prints to wash, we're going to go ahead and clean up. So we'll take both of the trays of fix and put them in a graduated cylinder to take them downstairs where we have a silver recovery system. Otherwise, you can store it in a bottle and take it to a local place to do the silver recovery for you, as opposed to throwing it straight down the drain. Those are our two fixes, and then the fix remover will go ahead and return to the bottle as well. And then we'll just wash out both of those, or all three of those trays, so that they're clean and ready to be used next time. And earlier I did the same thing to the two wash trays, so that they're already washed out and tilted to the side so that they can dry as well. We just have a few more minutes and we'll be able to pull out the first print. So our first print is now finished washing. I'm going to go ahead and hang this up on our clothesline. And as we do that, try to just use as little of the clothespin on the actual print as possible. So I'm just going to do it right to the edge and then reach over and do just a small amount over on the other side as well. And then clip one clothespin at the bottom and one on each edge to also keep it from drying too curled. So there's our print. and we'll wait for the other one, and we'll go ahead and hang it up as well, and then we'll be all set. So I just took the final print out. You can see already that this is the other print's already starting to dry down a little bit, and so I'm going to go ahead and hang up this one in the same manner and let those dry, and then we'll do the final step, which will be just to give them a hot press and to flatten them. There we go. So there you go. Those are all the steps that we need to create an albumin print. And once those prints have been finished and hung to dry, you can finish them in lots of ways. If it's something you're not going to be using right away, you could just store it away in a flat file or put it back in the hot mount press if you have access to that so they get flattened. Obviously framing or matting would be the next way to present them. But that's all the steps that we need to actually make the albumin print. And we've gone through how to actually mix up the albumin, mix all the chemicals that it needs, coat the paper, floating it in a tray, to sensitizing it with silver, and how to expose it and also wash and finish the print. So that's all that you need to get started making your own albumin prints. You just need to go out and get the supplies and start making it. I found most of the information from lots of different sources. James Riley has a really great book called Albumin and Salted Papers, and so that would be a great resource for you. I also used a lot of information from alternative photographers, and there was a great article by Chad Jarvis, which kind of has step-by-step instructions as well that can be printed out to use kind of as a reference. But there's lots of information out there, but this should give you a really good starting point of how to actually make those albumin prints. If you need to go back and review any of the information in the video, there's chapter points set up, so you can always go back to exactly which point you're at in the process, because there are several points where there's gaps of time, so it might be a week since you've kind of been working and you need to get back, picking back up on how to float the paper or something like that, and you want to just quickly review. So those chapter points are set up for you in the DVD menu, but otherwise, just get in there and start exploring. I've tried to share as many of the little tips and secrets that I've kind of stumbled upon as I've been exploring and experimenting. So I hope this really helps you, and welcome to the world of albumin.